Noon for tomorrow. There is a V8 top fuel dragster crossing the block. It is a 1989 Darrell Gwynn Coors Extra Gold Top Fuel Dragster. And Darrell Gwynn scored 18 top fuel victories and was the 1983 Top Alcohol Dragster Champion. He was also named one of NHRA's 50th greatest drivers, 50 greatest drivers. And in 1990, he survived a top run fuel crash. It was an exhibition. And he joins us now at the Real Garage Life stage here in his hometown, his home state of Florida. We are at the world's largest auction at the Midway. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Darrell Gwynn. Darrell, how are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you. It feels really, really good to be close to home and selling my prized possession, the car that I was so synonymous with winning and setting records with, the Coors Extra Gold car, who won the Gator Nationals 36 years ago just right down the road in Gainesville. And, you know, brings back a lot of great memories. And the Teagues family donated this car from their collection for me to be able to raise money for my charity, the Darrell Gwynn Chapter of the Buoniconti Fund. And a replica of this car that we built many years ago, so we raised over $1 million with that car. So this is the first time we're selling the original car. I'm hopeful to get as much money for my charity as we possibly can. This car's got the best memories of all the cars I've ever driven because it set so many records and was so popular amongst the fans. And Coors was my greatest sponsor ever. And to have it here in my home state, I live in Fort Lauderdale, and to be selling it here just a month before the Gator Nationals here at Mecum tomorrow between 4 and 6 o'clock. So I'm really looking forward to it, and hoping there's a couple people that want it as bad as I still want it.
Exactly. And this car, Darrell, has such a storied history to it. Can we talk about some of the accomplishments that you and this car made together?
Well, this car, a lot of race wins. The biggest race of the year, the U.S. Nationals, where we qualified number one, set the national record, became the 7th member of the 4-second club, and won the race. It was a maximum points day for us. Then we went 2 weeks later and won the next national event. And when I won the Gator Nationals in 1990, at the beginning of 1990, we were right in the points chase. And that was the last race I drove this car before getting in my accident, April 15th, 1990. So the car sat for 3 months while I was in the hospital in Miami, and we decided as a team, once I was stable, we decided as a team to continue racing the Coors Extra Gold car. It had been sitting in a trailer for like 3.5 months, ready to go racing, waiting for me to come back. Obviously, I wasn't coming back from my horrible injuries, but we chose Frank Hawley to get behind the wheel. And lo and behold, the first race they went back to in Columbus, Ohio, the Spring Nationals, Frank Hawley wins the race. And I was still in the hospital with my wife at the time, my mom, and everybody, a lot of family members and a lot of friends in the hospital room. I remember my dad calling me after every run. You know, we got 1 down, 3 to go. You know, second round they got 2 down, 2 to go, and after third round, we got 3 down, 1 to go. And by the time he called for the final, they were screaming and crying, and everybody was very emotional. It was a very, very happy time, and we knew it was the right thing to do to continue racing. Mm-hmm. So it kind of it felt natural to keep going racing. And then after winning the first race back, it just was great therapy for me at the time. That car that will be auctioned off tomorrow is a lot of the parts, most of the parts from the original car, including the body itself. The body, painted by John Pugh. When there's only a couple decals on the car because most of them are painted on. But the one decal that I put on the car personally was 6 months before my accident. I put a Miami Project to Cure Paralysis decal on the side of the car in a very prominent position on both sides. And that was because me and my sponsor at the time, Coors, were very, we were winning races, and we thought it'd be a good idea to start donating money to charity based off the winnings of the car. And here we were winning races and doing very well. And I was from Miami at the time, and it made sense to support the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis. For those of you who don't know who the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis is, it's the organization that Nick Buoniconti founded when his son, the former Dolphin player, Nick Buoniconti, from the 72 perfect season, when his son in 1985 was paralyzed at the Citadel College game. From that day till now, there's 2 huge buildings down at the University of Miami. The Miami Project is the world's largest, comprehensive, most unbelievable research center in the world. It's the largest one in the world regarding spinal cord injury and brain injury. And the new Christine E. Lynn Therapy Center that we have on board now, there's a lot of property down there that we take up that we're doing a lot of research and great things with. So all the money is going to go to them.
Amazing. That is so incredible. And I come from the motorcycle industry, so that is a really important.
Pretty prevalent in that. Yep.
Yep. Wow. Can you talk about some of the strides that have been made at the center?
Well, there's been a lot of strides. However, nobody's going to just get up and get out of their wheelchair and start walking immediately. It's quality of life. Through the surgery that I had there, I'm now able to use my hand and my wrist a little bit, where before I wasn't able to do that. Now with stem cell research, people are gaining small gains back, which a small gain could mean the difference between having a caregiver or not having a caregiver. So it's monumental things to that person, but it may not look like a lot to the outside. It's a better quality of life so that they can ultimately gain more strength to become, more able-bodied.
Yeah, more independent for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what an incredible thing that you're doing. And are you selling the car because you're ready to not only make that donation, but you're ready to, see the car have a second life?
Absolutely. The car was basically given to me by the Teagues family very generously. They bought it at a previous auction, and they said, you can do whatever you want to do with it. And it felt like home to do it right here in the home, like I said, my home state. Yeah. The Gator Nationals are in a month and a half from now, and this car 36 years ago won that race, and 35 years ago, to be honest, 2 years in a row. So,
wow.
Yep, that car's got a lot of great memories, and I feel like that's the car that felt like you guys are sitting in your chair now very comfortably. That's the car that made me feel the most comfortable. I could fall asleep in that car. That was my office, and it was the most the baddest ride I ever rode. I ever drove, and the baddest car I ever had, and setting all those records and winning those races was, it was. I had a very short career, but it was a very good career.
Am I under the correct impression that you and your dad restored it together?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we restored it in the family shop. The timing was right. They sent. I got a bunch of parts back from the people that I sold the car to, and it just like, pieces started coming together. The people that bought the car said, "Hey, I got, I'm doing this. I'm going to take the back half off. Do you want it?" And I got that. Then they called and said, "I'm taking the front half off. Do you want it?" And then I got the driver's compartment. So we put it all back together, and they still had the original body, and it just all made sense to restore it, and it's been great memories doing that over the years. And this one here is hopefully going to be the pinnacle because, again, we built a replica of this car, and the replica raised $1 million. So
Incredible.
I don't know what this car is going to raise. Obviously, it takes some very generous people with some generous wallets and timing. And let's just hope this is the right timing for the Coors Extra Gold car.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
That's right.
Who built the replica?
We built the replica back home. We didn't have the original at that time, and we did it just to fundraise, and that car raised $1 million.
Wow. Tell me who the we is. Who's the team behind
Well,
the we?
my dad, myself, and a couple ex-crew members and some friends. We just restored it over a year or two, and finally got it together. And yeah, it was great therapy doing it, to be honest. And of course, I wouldn't want anybody else to do it because nobody else knows that car like me and my dad.
Yeah,
so.
they wouldn't have done it right.
That's right.
Yeah. And you have two friends that are with you. I just got the nope. But who's traveling around with you?
Well, that's Dusty over there, and that's Valen and Tony Mills. I don't know where he's at, but he's probably signing autographs somewhere. There he is. No, that's not him. He's probably signing autographs somewhere. But Tony was a former crew member on that car. His name's on that car. So he joined us from Mount Dora to come over here today and tomorrow to watch us auction that car off. He was a former crew member of that car.
Wow. Don't worry, guys. I wasn't going to put you on the mic. I just wanted to say hello to you both. Yeah, I mean, it's such an incredible coming home story. Full 360 that you get to come back to your home state and you're right down the road from Gainesville. What are some of the emotions that you're processing this weekend?
Well, this feels home for me. I mean, there's really not a lot of emotions. This is the kind of environment I thrive on. It's being around car people. Car people are the greatest people in the world. And I love car people of all types. We all are very like-minded. Mm-hmm. And this is a no-pressure environment for me. This is the way I like to be. Now, tomorrow, I might get a little nervous going up on stage because it is like a drag race. You either look like a champ or a chump when you come off the stage. So, we're just hopeful that there's a lot of zeros attached to the car and we'll look like heroes. And we'll consider that a big win for charity for the Darrell Gwynn Chapter.
For sure. Forgive me, I can't remember, but is there a reserve?
There's no reserve.
There's no reserve.
So there you go. It's, you're like I said, it reminds you of a drag race. You're on TV. You're in front of all these people, and you are either going to make an impression or you're not. And we're hopeful to we're hopeful to be on the positive side of that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. For the new owners, what do you hope is the future for this car?
Well, I hope it goes to a great home. Mr. Hendricks owns several of my other cars that he has in his private museum. I am familiar with other museums across the country. I am comfortable with whoever wants that car because that's the person that should have it because they would be passionate about buying it. I would like to be. That's the person I want to have it, so to speak. So it's going to be somebody that was a fan and possibly a supporter, and maybe it's both. So you never know. I'm hopeful that we can do well.
Yeah. Was it the last time that it was fired up on track? Was it with Frank, or was it after that?
The last time I drove that car would have been the weekend after the Gator Nationals. We raced it in Rockingham at the All-Star race, and I got runner-up there. But that's the same car that we then took to and raced with Frank Hawley that won that additional race, or several races after that. If you go by the car, it's located over here in this tent right behind you, Lorette, and there's a display that comes with the car, and it has all the trophies and all the national records and some pictures and stuff to go along with it. So, they're going to have all the goodies with the car.
Would you autograph?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I love that. What are some of the special attributes of the car? Because I did mention it was a V8, but what else? Sorry about the Dragster.
It's a, Top Fuel Dragsters still look kind of the same today as they did 36 years ago. It's pretty simple. It's still, got the same basic motor that they have, although they're making way more horsepower now. Still a 500 cubic inch Hemi, direct drive with a 320 gear and run on nitromethane. And the best that car ever run was, with me driving it, was 4.90.
Wow.
That record held for 13 months. That's a quarter-mile record. And, it set several more records and won a lot of races and made a lot of noise over the year and a half that car raced.
Wow. Are we going to be able to start it up? Not in the
No, that car does not run. And even if it did run, you wouldn't want to start it up here at Mecum. It'd blow the ceiling off.
I think that's why everyone wants to hear it actually start it up.
Yeah, and the fumes and everything else. So no, we're not going to fire that thing off.
Okay. All right. Well, I was just imagining it in my head of what it would sound like.
I think a lot of people would like for me to fire it up.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think my boss, Bree, would fire me, but we don't want that.
Nothing like the smell of nitro.
Amazing. Darrell, anything else that you would like to add?
I'd just like to thank the people at Mecum for having me and giving us this opportunity to sell this car on a great day. Tomorrow's going to be a great day, and a lot of the good cars are starting to really go, and there's a lot of excitement in the room. There's a lot of big wallets in the room, and a lot of familiar faces in the room, and I hope we can do well tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. We are crossing knees, fingers, toes, eyes. We are crossing.
And I have a lot of friends coming over that live in the state. They're all coming over tomorrow, and some over here today that coming to join and be a part of the festivities and see how come support me basically and support the organization. So hopefully we'll be talking after the auction tomorrow. With
can't
some
wait.
positive news.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, come on out and support Darrell, his organization. And again, the 1989 Darrell Gwynn Coors Extra Gold Top Fuel Dragster rolling across the Mecum auction block tomorrow. We cannot wait. Open your hearts, open your wallets. Let's go. It's going to be a great day tomorrow. Darrell, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Lorette, thank you, and thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.